Hey guys, it's Cal. Bit of a different video today. I'm going to show how I would play in micro 6 games. So we're playing 16 NL Zoom. I chose the 16 NL pool because it's a much smaller pool from the others, so we might be able to get some reads on the player pool. So I'm going to open a little wider because I'm assuming these games don't play aggressively enough. Pre-flop, so we're not going to get 3-bet as much, and therefore we can open a bit wider. I'm also assuming people are going to overfold to small continuation bets. So I'm going to be doing the kind of classic 2014 strat a bit more of betting small at a very high frequency on boards where it's not quite ideal, such as this one with hands that aren't quite ideal. I think we're going to get very much under-raised and also under-called. So yeah, see how it goes. Should be interesting. I'm not going to use an RNG here either. I'm going to assume people are a bit scared of 3-bets in this pool. And probably also really not finding the 4-bet bluffs. So I'm just going to get to 3-bet very aggressively. So I'm going to be being very aggressive myself in a lot of spots, but as soon as my opponents show signs of aggression, I'm going to be very tight. Okay, so we have stats on this guy and he looks very aggressive. So I won't actually go for the 3-bet. 3-bet this. The c-bet's percent is also low, so his checking range might be more protected than some, so I will check this back. I wouldn't hate the idea of stabbing. And I think I'd just prefer to stab my Queen X on the turn without an RNG. Don't hate the idea of stabbing this, but I'm not going to do it. And I'm just going to go for a small bet on the river, try and fold out. Ace high, mostly ace high. Maybe we could fold out pocket deuces or a hand like this. So our bluff has to work very, very infrequently for this to work. Usually I don't reopen the action in position for any less than half pot, usually not for less than 60% pot. However, I think we can just disrespect our opponents a bit more in this pool. Can we calling 5s here? King 7 or King 8, I can't remember. This is actually close in every single way. I'm gonna go for a flat. I think flat's best. It's really close between all 3 options, honestly. I don't expect his checking range to contain much Queen X. So it's somewhat tempting to stab, but I think I'm going to go for a delay stab, though not on this card. Really feels like he's got a pocket pair under 10 from his timing. But I'm not going to bet. And going to raise the river. think it's very likely he had yeah, pocket pair under a 10 there. Balls we're gonna call. Nice. Going a bit smaller versus under the gun. This guy's got very aggressive stats. Not sure where we've played before. Quads. 4 fours. Gonna start off with a small bet. Gonna start betting the fours. I don't expect him to be reopening much. After he checks back, I'm just gonna go massive value, really polarize. Especially because 9s and 10s might kind of like their blockers blocking the straights against an overbet. So I am going to go with the overbet. This is interesting. Just going to call, keep his bluffs in. Again, we're expecting this. Well, this guy looks like quite an aggressive player. So he might just be spewing. So we just want to let him bluff off. I think when he checks, it's more profitable to try and get him to bluff river than it is to bet. I think he either has air or like a middling king. I think a middling king might bet itself. And then he has some bluffs. So yeah, when he snap checks the turn, I mean, I didn't assume he'd have a hand like this, but I think it's very unlikely he has a hand that will call a bet, but I think he has a bunch of hands that might bluff themselves, which is why I like checking the river and worked out to a T. Going to tag a shorter stack as a fun player. We'll call this Jack 10. Hopefully we don't face the limp re-raise. This guy's looking on the reggae side. He's also Belarusian, so ooh, I think I might lead. We have a bunch of sets. We put this guy really in a horrible spot with his overpairs. And then we can kind of bomb turns. So I'm going to go for a lead here. It's 3, I'm just going to fold. I'm just I'm just assuming people are playing too tight with 3 bets, so I'm going to be overfolding. This guy's range actually connects pretty well with this board. So, okay, I was going to say, hoping not to see continues from here. But yeah, that worked out really well. I think just jamming 8s, especially with rake this high, gonna go for a free bet. If this guy's adjusting properly, he should actually be opening tighter because of this guy, but I doubt he's paying enough attention for that. Easy call. If this guy continues, okay. Oh, we managed that the one out. Why can't I have that run good at 1k? As if I'm hitting one outers at 16 an hour and a 20 big blind all in. Oh, that's quite funny. Yeah, just gonna be 3-betting aggressively. I'm not sure this hand's ever a 3-bet. And yeah, just gonna be folding to this. 3-betting 10s. I'm not gonna play any. Maybe I will play. No, I'm probably am playing flats just because post flop hedges are huge. Okay, so this guy's looking aggro, potentially reggy. So he's using reggy sizes and 4-betting, so we will maybe stop 3-betting this guy so aggressively. I mean, yeah, it's 16 hands, but it's clear this guy's more aggressive than most 16 now players. I'm gonna min bet. I don't mind check. I'm just gonna min bet. And I'm gonna tank call. To try and incentivize him to bluff future streets. I'm going to tank call again. Okay, this guy's very aggressive, it seems. This is a perfect hand to call against an aggressive player, so I will continue. I'm going to use some time bank here. Hopefully he has 8x of hearts. Just blocking all of the calls. I'm just going to go for like an inducey play. It's so hard for him to have a call. If he has an 8, he's going to raise us anyway. So unlikely he has an ace to call us. And I think I'm just going to block. Nice. Ah, he did have the case ace. Could have maybe got a bit more out on the river there. I'm going to fold in high rake versus a 4x open. Also mark this guy as fun. I think I have enough of a post flop edge, but I'm making this video to teach you guys how to play in these pools, so I'm not going to defend this. I think you should fold if this is your regular stake. So even though I think I could probably play that profitably, I'm not going to do it. Because I'm trying to show how I would play if I was in these pools. So when we use a small open and these low cards come, we essentially have to range check. He has a massive trips advantage on us. And I'm just going to fold. His timing, like when he snap bets, I mean, I don't see people like snap betting just random hands there. I think the timing is definitely more weighted towards value. But even though I think my hands are continue of ace high and some really nice backdoors, like given him snap betting 3/4 there, just gonna let it go. The guy who's playing 60-0 and getting a good price, I'm actually gonna call this. So this guy's probably at least very fun. This guy's, let's assume he's there. Oh, this is nice. I think I'm just going to go for a raise here. Don't want to go too big. Want to keep all the draws in. When we have a hand that's invulnerable. And I'm going to raise the turn also. We also, with bottom set, we also unblock all the calls, all the 8x of the queen x. Definitely going to raise again. That is a very ugly run out. But we win. Let's take a note. Again, I think people are going to struggle to continue enough against small bets on these disconnected boards. I'm not going to bother finishing this note, but if it was at my regular stakes, I'd flush out this note and say he calls a raise and then donks every street. But I'm probably never going to play him again, so I'm not going to bother. But if you're playing at these stakes, take a note. Like, always take good notes. He checks, I think we have a clear value bet. Against a tight looking player, not going to 3-bet that spot. Again, I think I could play this profitably, but I'm just going to fold because I think you should fold. I'm not trying to say that to be arrogant. This guy's actually got normal pre-flop stats, but they're definitely on the tighter side. Ace Queen makes a nice 4-bet. Come 4-bet or fold. I'm going to go for the 4-bet. Taking it down. Again, I think players at this, like, there's a lot of extra dead money, and I think players at this stake are probably going to be overfolding to 4-bets. They're not going to continue things like King Jack suited because pardon me, because a lot of the player pool just aren't finding the 4-bet bluffs. Going to check back. And when he just snapbacks big, just going to let this go. So I might, if I see some showdowns after he snapbets, I might take a note on his timing tells if he's able to find snapbet bluffs, or if he usually seems to have it. So if he's someone I'm playing with quite a lot, I'll build up a sample on this and someone that we can potentially get some strong timing tells off. I'm going to continue a pair here. It's close. It's not going to make you a ton of money. We now have a pair and a gut shot. I think we can just about call. Again, it's super cuspy. Gonna ISO big, especially with an offsuit hand. I'm gonna go bigger because I really just want to take down the 3 bigs in the pot here. Checking back. Nice. When we have ace jack off, winning 3 big blinds like that pre-flop is excellent. Just gonna check back. And just gonna let it go. Another thing, I expect people to be very honest with their bet sizings and kind of size their hand with these stakes. So when he goes 3/4, I expect like a lot of top pair. And there's definitely going to be a lot of natural bluffs on this board. But I would kind of eliminate a few, although I'm not sure how often people at these stakes will overbet, so maybe he also has the nuts in this sizing as well. but I would assume this size is quite capped from him when he goes 3/4 there. Against we've got a nit in the small blind and someone who's never 3-betting the big blind, which is a perfect recipe to be able to open incredibly wide. We can mark this guy as tight fun. Oh, what happened here? We get 3-bet tiny. I'm gonna start with a check. He's cool. I really doubt people are betting over pairs for this size. So I'm actually going to go for an exploitative raise to fold out over cards. Go from there. Like, again, expecting people to just kind of size their hand. On this board, I really don't feel like the 1/3 pot c-bet range from them is going to be strong whatsoever. So until they show me otherwise, I am going to play maximally exploitative against it. Easy cool. If he checks, I'm going to go for a gigantic bet. But when he bets, I will just fold. I am just going to put a ton of pressure on here. I expect this guy to have middling pocket pairs pretty much always. And this guy's playing very loose, so he has a very weak range. So I will start with a bet. And I'm going to triple barrel against this guy. Just essentially assuming he's going to have like middling pocket pairs all day long that we can get to fold by the river. Going to go big on the turn. And we're going to really put him to the test. This guy looks very tight, and typically tight players. Okay. I would assume he has a 9. What was I going to say? Typically, tight players aren't willing to make big cooldowns. Can probably get away with calling 5s. Big blind looks very... Oh, 2 hands. Can't really use that sample. I'm going to assume his checking range is very weak and therefore starve my hand to deny equity. I expect the checking range at these stakes to just be high cards nearly always. I will be very impressed if he check raises me and shows me otherwise. Okay, I still think he has high cards a lot here. So I'm going to barrel the turn, small for protection. Again, when he check calls, I just think he's going to be very unbalanced towards high cards. So we're going to give them just the wrong price to continue on the turn. There's a 2. So yeah, I think people are just going to be incredibly face up. Like when they check call, they have medium strength. The big blind is playing over half his hand, so I'm going to size up because we want to get heads up with this guy, and we also want to charge him more with our good hands for wanting to see so many flops. This guy's playing so tight that we can probably open our full range profitably. We're just getting direct odds to steal the blinds when he's playing this tight. I think he had something like 14-11 as his stat line, although it looks slightly different now. Probably can't get away with it against 17-12, but it's not that far off and a very low 3-bet. Definitely folding against someone this tight. Gonna go for a 3-bet here. Actually, this person's been tight over 20 hands, so I won't. I would imagine that blind v blind 3-bets are incredibly overfolded to these stakes. So I would be going pretty damn crazy. Probably could have opened 8-9 off, although I don't think you guys should, so I won't. I'm only gonna make the adjustments that I think you guys should make as well. I want to ISO. I just want to get. I want to ISO on the bigger side. I want to get heads up with this guy, who looks like a very fun player. It's fine. Taking down 2.5 bigs is an excellent result. Probably shouldn't have opened, given how aggressively this guy's been 3-betting this session. I'm gonna check with the ace kicker. I would bet other 6x, but I think when we have the ace kicker, we unblock his stabs, and we want it to go check when he has ace high, so that he can turn top pair while we turn 2-pair. And again, when people are showing signs of strength, I'm just going to believe them and let my hand go. Just going to fold the 4s against a big 3-bet. Just going to check. Lovely that he snap checks. We don't need any protection on this board, however, so no need to try and go for any equity denial. I think when he checks this quickly, we're almost always good, but we can't value that. I don't think worse hand's really cool. But, so I would definitely take a note on this guy. Yes. Timing. No. Thanks. Equals weak. What did he have that? 5. Yeah. So really kind of giving away the hand strength with the timing there. Up until we are the big blind. Can't see the button. I'd be check raising this board very aggressively, but this hand just has nothing going for it. There are no turns. There's literally no turn in the deck we can barrel with King 4 of clubs. So just gonna let it go. So this guy's looking like he's not quite as tight as we initially believed. This green tag, light green tag guy. Not quite gonna 3-bet. It's somewhat tempting. Did we get paid off that time we had quads? I can't remember. No, we didn't. Pardon me. Again, this guy's playing very tight, looks like, so gonna open very wide in the small blind. Two tight players behind, so we will open wide. Lots of really tight players from the looks of things. People seem either way too aggressive like this guy or way too tight like these two guys. Really nice spot. We're getting a great price. We're deep in position with a hand that can make the nuts a lot. And some unexpected hands like when we make two pair or straights or whatever. I'm gonna float because I feel like this size is weak. I'm not actually gonna raise. I think that's too ambitious, but I am gonna float and try and bluff later streets. Not on a queen. I was gonna say like anything jack or below. I was gonna kind of go crazy. But on a queen, I'm gonna check back, and if he checks the river, I will go for it. So now we have a bluff. I mean, I'm just trying to fold out his like. So I think this size we might actually get a fold from some overpairs. I was going to say like we could go smaller just because like his ace highs will snap fold without a diamond. But when we go this size, he might fold aces and kings as well, or king queen. I mean, his hands are very clear raise. But yeah, as you can see, like he's really being face up with his sizing on the flop, like so I'm not going to finish the note, but I'll take a note, bet 1/3 pot with like a weak holding in a 3-bet pot on 10 high board, and I would therefore like disrespect the size a lot and then be very scared when he bets 2/3 or bigger. Gonna check call here. It's not the happiest check call with the bad end of the open ender. We've backdoor nut diamonds. fold. I think this is the most efficient bluff sizing where we can fold out a bunch of one pair hands and then also clubs. So I'm just going a size. I'm trying to figure out the most efficient size, where one pair pretty much always folds. Let's have a check. Like any size gets clubs to fold, but I also want to fold out one pair hands. And I'm going to disrespect this size and assume he never has a very strong hand for this size and would just size up with them. Don't expect people to be balanced in the slightest. Five's a really bad card. Gonna go for a check. This guy's looking insanely aggressive, so I might actually 4-bet if he 3-bets, just given how crazy he's been. Yeah, I'm actually just gonna fold. I'm just gonna fold. I think just betting with 2 overs and the backdoor straight draw seems good. I don't think we're going to get raised nearly enough. At this stack depth, he should be raising quite a lot of top pair. This guy's 3-betting aggressively, so I won't open this queen 8. Gonna keep betting the turn, of course. Expecting a lot of folds. I would be bluffing this spot on the turn like crazy. I'd probably be unbalanced where I pot the turn with my bluffs at this stake and go a bit smaller with my value. I feel like if you pot the turn, you've got like 80% fold equity at these stakes. Not something I'd do higher up, but at higher stakes I'd just pot check with my whole range. How long's the video been? Why can't I see? 37 minutes. Okay, so we will sit down next big blind. Again, I'm going to be 3-betting aggressively. This is typically a really nice hand to call 4-bets with, but this guy's so tight that it's probably too strong of a range to do it. So, and this is also not the smallest cold 4-bet in position. Like he's meant to go pretty much 2x here in theory, so this is bigger than theory, and I think he's got next to no bluffs, so just an insanely strong range, so I'm going to let it go. I'm not going to 3-bet ace jack off versus a nit. So yeah, bit of a different video. Obviously a crazily exploitative style, but we saw that most of my exploits were right. The people are just sizing their hand way too much. I think we can actually get away with this. Folding out over like Jack 10 and stuff. He's meant to check raise stuff like Jack 10 off with a spade in theory, and it's just not going to happen. So yeah, we can get away with c-betting really wide. But yeah, that's how I would play micro stakes in 2023. Hope you guys enjoyed, and see you soon.